we're moving on to Grappy's paydirt. So that's from Mick and Erin. Once again, you want to sell your gold, any jewellery, things like that, get on to Mick and Erin and Grappy Gold. Come in these beautiful little bags, done up well. So what I might do, before I do that, is I'll tip this out, make sure we get no losses. Get that pan in there, sit that one down. So don't want to go tipping it in there and drop it all over the ground. Not my luck at the moment. Some would beg to differ, but I've been quite unlucky. So this is a bit different looking paydirt, looking in that bag. I'll tip him out. I'll see me. Actually see a bit of dust and stuff coming out of that. That's really good sign. This looks like raw material, unclassified. Well, probably classified but dried out. Give that bag a real good bit of a shake out. Make sure there's nothing stuck in the corners. Make sure there's nothing left in there. It's probably full of gold, I've probably missed it all. No, I'm just joking. Looks pretty good. See that behind me there? That's Grappy's paydirt. So I'm expecting this to really dirty up the water, which is even better again. You can see it there, just how much more dirt is in that. You can see it bubbling away here, which tells me that all that material is not wet. So you want to get your fingers in there, give it a real good stir up. And in all honesty, it looks like a better paydirt, looks like more natural material. Make sure it's all nice and wet. So just hold that pan down with my left hand on the bottom because they'll float. Give it a good shake up. Stratify that material down so as you're shaking it, all that material, heavy material, drops down to the bottom. Just get it so it's just starting to show clean there. You can see all the quartz in there and everything like that. That's really good looking paydirt, Nick. See, as we're shaking it, it's loosening up all that real fine powdery material, which is making the water dirty. And you'll expect that with real good raw paydirt, so you just never know what you're going to find when you got good raw material like that. And pretty much that's what you're gonna get in the creek, that sort of dirt. So I'm not doing a comparison between paydirts. I've just picked a couple of guys that do really good paydirt, that are really trustworthy blokes in this little hobby that we have, gold prospecting. DT Gold, really well known. Grappy, not so much, but getting out there. I can already see a few specks of gold just starting to show up the top here. So, shaking back down the bottom. What I might do is I'll pick some of these bigger rocks out. Just keep lot of water in your pan and just scrape them back with your finger, pick them all out. It's actually so there, that looks like a, no, it's floating around a bit too much to be gold. A bit better for you. You can still see how fluffy, light this material is, so it's probably not washed material. I'd say he's gone and actually taken it from a gold bearing area, so you never know, there could be a little bonus in there. I probably should have sieved it to see if there was any gems, but can do that later. Go back through it all. At the moment we're just seeing if we can get some shiny yellow stuff. Pull a few of these bigger rocks out again. Probably could even classify it if you really wanted to. Personally I prefer not to. It's a matter of personal preference. Blondes off the top there, and you can see it's come from a totally different area. There's not as much black sand and things like that in there. See a bit of gold moving down, just push it back up in there. We'll just do a rough pan back here in a sec, just to give you an idea of what to expect. Look at that, totally different gold. You can see it holds itself well in the pan, a lot better. Actually looks like roughly about the same amount, maybe even a little bit more. Can't tell till we put it over the scales. You can see there's a fair bit that's dropped down in the corners here as well. But so that's what we expect from Grappys. A lot more sort of chunkier stuff. But like I said, Reedy Creek, El Dorado. I'm not sure where Grappy gets his from. Probably buys it. Comes from all over the place. But yeah, that's a nice little show of colour too. And you know, I've gone out for a week solid and not got that much gold. So again, I'm happy with that. I haven't emptied out my snuffer bottle yet, unfortunately. So I'll go and empty out that snuffer bottle so we can suck this up and get rid of all that other sand and things out of it, clean it up, show you guys what come out of that. That was a much easier pay dirt to pan out. So in my opinion, the DT Gold's probably better for a more experienced panner that's used to dealing with your black sands and things like that. This here, that was really nice, easy to pan out, a lot quicker process, and it'll be a lot easier to extract the gold out of it because there isn't as much black sand in it. So I'll get onto that, clean out the snuffer bottle, start drying out that DT Gold. I'll clean this out, and yeah, we'll work out if we can chuck them on the scales and get a bit of weight. I do have pretty crappy scales, unfortunately. It's just the way it is. So if it's under 0.3, it won't pick up nothing. But looks like there's at least probably 0.4 there, I reckon. So maybe 0.2, 0.3. We'll wait and see. Rightio. Don't forget, when injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty.
My hands again.
Well, I better suck up this gold that I got from Grappys. And in all honesty, looking at them side by side, it looks like I got a lot, or a bit more gold out of Grappy's pay dirt. It's not really about the quantity. So we've got all the gold in the snuffer bottle. Not a sniffer bottle, snuffer bottle. A lot of people call them a sniffer bottle. We don't sniff the gold, we snuff the gold.
You probably would if you could.
Anyway, so like I said, you're not going to get rich off pay dirt. It's for people like me that have a bung foot. And if everyone keeps asking what'd you do, well, I was wearing my Chinese work boots and I dropped an engine crane on my foot. Or 6 broken bones, tendon damage, all the fun stuff, you know. So I'm out for a few weeks, I'm stuck at home. So I thought, what better time to do a pay dirt review? So we've cleaned up Grappy's pay dirt. Just carefully so I don't spill it and drop it everywhere. Drop him in there. Make sure she's empty. Right. So I'll just shake it all down the bottom there. A lot easier to shake all that chunkier stuff down than what it was for the DT Gold. And what we'll do is I'll sit that one there. I'll sit that one there. So we've got Grappys. Hang on. Grappys. We've got DT Gold. That's them side by side. Now roughly the same amount of gold when you think about it. But there are huge differences in these pay dirts. Now this isn't a comparison video, this is just to show you what to expect from pay dirt and to show you what these guys give you. So the Grappys, we've got a lot more nice, flaky kind of pieces, as you can see. And then we've got the DT Gold. We've got all of this fine gold, nearly just about naked to the human eye, but we do have these nice little nuggets and things like that. Now it's not about how much or so much the quality of gold, but it's also the differences of the pay dirt. Now the DT Gold, if you're a beginner, I will find that it would be really, really hard for somebody to learn with the DT Gold pay dirt. Also, it seemed really highly processed. When I washed it in here, as you've probably seen before, the water was still clean. So that's telling me that that pay dirt's been washed quite a lot. Also, it had been classified right down, so it was nothing really like what you get in the field. And just all that black sands that are in there as well can be really, really difficult for a learner to sift through. There's a few gems and things that came with it. Let's get that to focus there, but nothing of cuttable quality. Just zoom back out. So yeah, this black sand made it quite difficult to separate from the gold, especially that really fine flower gold. And flower gold comes in many different comes really different as well. Like you can get very, very fine powdery flower gold that's beat flat, or you can get chunky flower gold. So your chunkier gold, as you saw, was a lot faster, easier to pan out. Grappys, basically, that's what dirtied the water up, which tells me it's good unprocessed dirt, which is exactly what you want in pay dirt. Personally, gold's gold, you know. It's nice to get that. You know, I'm pretty happy with that. But it's just as nice to get that. So you can't guarantee it's always going to have these in the DT Gold. Again, really hard. It's not something you'd want to buy for your kids in that aspect. If you're learning how to pan and you want to get pay dirt to pan at home to learn, I would go for the Grappys. Or if you're like me, a bit more experienced, like the fiddly stuff and fiddle around, like I basically had to wash that back probably about 10 to 15 times, which means wash it back, leave the gold, suck up bits, turn the pan around, wash it back again, suck up more, wash it, just keep on that, doing that process to actually separate the black sand from the gold. And even then I'll still think I've got a couple of specks in the black sands, so nothing too much to worry about, just tiny little pieces like down here, beside that, like, you know, little fly poops like that. So, like I said, I'm not comparing the two. You can't compare pay dirts. Pay dirt's pay dirt. They've all got around about, you know, it depends on what you pay for it to how much gold you get, obviously. But that just shows you guys what to do and the differences in your two different kinds of pay dirt, what you can expect from one or the other. It just depends on the bag itself. So what I might do, try and crawl my way back up here with my bung foot. Take that out. I'll sit it down in there, and we'll see if we've lost anything out of here. And you can just see there that that's the tailings from Grappys. You can just see how much dirtier it makes the water, and it looks like a lot more natural material. So if you're trying to learn how to pan out in the field at home by getting some pay dirt, I would more go for the Grappys. And you can see there's a lot more organic material in that, bits of stick and tree and roots and things like that. So that's a lot more real to me. I was actually a little bit disappointed with the DT Gold, to be honest. I prefer real pay dirt, not highly processed stuff. So my personal preference, I would go with Grappys, but that's just me. It depends on you, you know. So that's the kind of material, again, out of the Grappys material, out of the Grappys pay dirt. I'm pretty confident we got every little speck. Oh, I actually did lose some. There's about 3 or 4 tiny nano dots in there. Not enough to really worry about, but I'll go through that after, see if we can pull some gems out of that, have a good look through it, get the sieve into it and things like that. And but that's not what I'm sort of looking at. Righto, so we're about to weigh up Grappy's pay dirt. Seemed to be a little bit more in it than the DT Gold, but like pay dirt, you just never know. That's what it is. It's pay dirt. It's raw material. It's usually unprocessed. So you got that chance you can get some extra gold in it. You just never know. That's what pay dirt's normally about. So anyway, we'll get on to this. And now, before I do Grappy's pay dirt weigh up, I'll just show you this. This is a case that I got from Gold Diggers Metal Detectors, Ben O'Reilly. Go check him out on Facebook, or he's got YouTube, things like that. You can buy these from Ben. Can't remember how much it was exactly, but these little, basically these little containers in here, I'll just open him up. So they got foam inside of them, so it holds the nugget up to the top, blends in with the rest too. Bloody unreal for displaying your nuggets. So that's what I've put all my nuggets in. Anyway, still gotta find a fair few more yet. Righto, so let's do Grappys. Tear him off. I'll just sit that up there. Righto, nice and clean. Righto. Just push this little picker back in. And my scales are a bit dodgy. There we go. That's more like it. That's the weight I got last time. So 0.7 out of Grappys. Bit chunkier stuff. And chunkier stuff, as you know, weighs more. Even though we got that nice picker. There's a little picker there. Did get that nice picker out of the other stuff, but yeah, there we go. Anyway, and that's the Grappys pay dirt. So once again, you want to sell your gold, get some pay dirt. There's the website on the bottom of the card there. That's Mick's phone number and Erin's phone number, and address there on the bottom. So they're down in the Victoria, in the hot spot at the moment for the COVID-19, unfortunately. But I'd love to go down there and visit them at the shop one day. That just lives there. Anyway, ladies and gents, as per usual, if you like what you're seeing here today, give us a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, little dinger bell, drop a comment below, and don't forget to join up to our Patreon page. Help support us, and let's bring more of these amazing videos to you guys. Also, don't forget, I've got all these Blue Dog prospecting stickers. Big pile of them there. Need to get rid of them. $5 each. Plus postage and handling, obviously. So, alrighty. Cheers for watching, everyone. Take care. See you all next time. Peace.